Before I continue on with the revelations concerning the status of the controllers, I wish to refer to the Galactic Ambassador's Manual written by Commodore Ishmael Perez. And I want to clarify by referring to the Galactic Ambassador's Manual, the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension, a higher, refined level of existence where matter is easily manipulated by energy, mind, and a place where all opposites are reconciled, which is the next level of vibration we are moving into. Where all opposites are reconciled, which is the next level of vibration we're moving into. Additionally, I'd like to define the Galactic Federation of Free Worlds as put forth in the Galactic Ambassador's Manual written by Commodore Ishmael Perez. A galactic peacekeeping vehicle that protects life in our galaxy, serving the higher dominions or councils of light beyond our galactic system. And those were readings, definitions from the back of the book, which quite a bit of information in this manual. Highly recommended. So I wanted to set that tone. I wanted to make known the definition of the fifth dimension, where this planet is evolving, what the Golden Age timeline is all about, primarily being a part of harmonic universe number 2, which is the 4th, 5th, 6th dimensions of vibration, of frequency. And make it clear, make it abundantly clear to anyone who's watching this video, subscribe to this channel, whatever, that this planet will evolve. Now granted, there are some going one way to remain in duality, third dimension. I don't know how all that works. I'm sure it's probably in that manual, Galactic, our Cosmic Origin. I call it the Galactic Ambassador's Manual. It's what it is for all practical intents and purposes. But it's, I'm sure it's defined in there. You know, I'm all over the place with my adult whatever they call it, attention deficit, whatever they call that stuff. But the Creator's plan for this planet will be realized. But unfortunately, there is a lot of disinformation, there's a lot of trickery, and I'm going to tell you, Inky and that whole faction, I'm not going to name any names.
Evil.
I'm not trying to get into that, create any furor.
Pure
but I'm
evil.
hypersensitive to gaslighting. I'm hypersensitive to disinformation, to manipulation. And it is all the energy signature of manipulation of those who are in line with Inky that are part of that agenda. Like I said, you know, I don't know it all, but I do know manipulation and I do know dark energy when I'm amongst it. And unfortunately, there are always some good people who get trapped in these factions, these movements. But at the end of the day, we make our own choices. This is a free will planet. But there are people who are trapped in those factions, those movements of manipulation. And granted, it's easy to point the finger. It's easy to make the dividing lines, provide your opinion. Hence, those who promote a global community, those who think they're doing good, who get trapped in these movements, are really assisting the controllers, the world management team, their plan. There are some humans who have already been chosen for survival by the ruling elite. These human survivors will be slaves to their masters. And that right there, slaves to their masters, my dear, esteemed, and most noble viewer, that is the energy signature that I'm talking about. That is where I escaped from. Because I woke up one morning, and it was in between August 11th and September 24th of 2021. But there was a journey. There was a moment of the light bulb of knowledge coming about for my path on August 11th of 2021, which culminated on September 24th of 2021 with a full Kundalini awakening and me getting it straight with the Creator, me getting it right with the Creator, me making affirmations and oath to the Creator, to the Source, to Mikhail and the legions of light. I made my oath because I realized where I was at, and I was a slave. I don't feel like that anymore, because when you are connected to Source, your free will is honored. But when you are part of the controller's agenda, the deep state, dark cabal, Illuminati, you're a slave. And I think what happened was I was given enough knowledge and perspective to realize, whereas before I didn't quite realize that I was trapped, a slave, but I woke up one morning knowing that for sure. And I called my mama because I was afraid, God rest her soul. And I got it right. But I can tell you, I'm not a slave right now, but I can recognize those people who are in that agenda. And I see how they operate. I see their little nefarious machinations, their nefarious manipulations, how they all come at you with their multiple accounts and their gaslighting. And I can recognize slaves and slave systems. I'm hypersensitive to it because I was a slave. But I didn't even know it until I was given a perspective, another light, another angle of light on the matter. So I'm not here to disparage anybody. I'm merely here to shine some light in some dark corners, and that's what this video is about, because there's some humans who have already been chosen for survival by the ruling elite. These human survivors will be slaves to their masters. Many have been chosen according to bloodlines, professions, ontological essences, blood types, etc., to accommodate the needs of the Anunnaki, reptilian, vulturites, remnants, agendas. The controller has an elite guard of fighters who are called the rumblers. These rumblers rarely have left the controller's side in the past. They were only used in desperate situations. However, recently, a few of them have arrived on the planet to try to block the Azurite Templar security team, the Atlas, the rescuers of the light, who are in combat with the controller and all its minions. Soon, the rumblers will arrive on Earth in numbers. Now, these rumblers can also be thought of as Satan's army, the demonic army that is at least 1 million strong. I think it's more along the lines of 200,000 demonic entities that are being released right now on the Tigris Euphrates. As that river's drying up, that Tigris Euphrates river's drying up, it's revealing all the underground, all the caves and the caverns and the stairwells and all the ancient repositories of evil and darkness. But that army is Satan's army, is the rumblers, is the satanic, demonic armies of darkness that are here on earth in numbers. This will be a time when the battle between the forces of light and darkness will be heightened in conflict. So the release of this demonic army, this satanic army, the rumblers, shows just how desperate the controller is becoming, especially since the controller is compromising its own protection by releasing its elite guard onto the planet. So definitely understand that we are in warfare, that it's not all love and light, that it requires some effort on your part, dear, esteemed, honored, most notable and noble viewer. No one does it for you. You're responsible for your own operational security, your own third-dimensional vehicle, genetic vehicle integrity, maintaining its safety, feeding it with divinely infused sunlight, food, staying away from not eating animals. You are responsible for all of that, maintaining the integrity of your genetic vehicle. But beyond that, there's a war going on. Now, I mean, granted, there's not much that is required of a light worker except to be healthy, be of the light, spread the light. But if you want to go a step further and jump in the mix, you got to step your game up. And there is a war going on. That requires the posture of a warrior, the war footing, the war knowledge of the angels, the legions of God, the legions of Source, who are here to do battle with these rumblers. So that's where I cut that video off, because that's where my ego center began to be tampered with, excited, and embarrassingly, I go off onto a little bit of a rant about, this is best that I cut that video off. But that's what we have to do. That's how we maintain mental hygiene. We constantly monitor our thoughts. We observe our actions, our energies, but it is we who are responsible for that. And if anybody comes at you and tries to lecture you and what they call gaslighting, but somehow lecture you on your soul path, your walk, then cut them off. Because that's not for them to do. It is for you to do. It is for you to monitor. And if you, as a friend, have an acquaintance or someone in your social circle or what have you, and you can provide perspective if they are open to it, if they ask for it, but for you to come at them sideways, no, you're of the darkness. But that's for me to decide, and if I don't want to be part of your darkness or your actions, then I will take steps to extricate myself from your energy. Because trust me, I am as equally without mercy with my own thoughts, my own energy, my own actions. But as a friend, if you'd like to make a suggestion at the right time, in the right manner, in the right energy, I'm all for that. But don't come at me with a lecture. Hit that subscribe button. Leave this video a thumbs up. Namaste. Namaskaram.